we'll go with good afternoon. It's 4:50. So good afternoon. In 10 minutes, it'll be good evening. So somewhere in this video, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes. Welcome back to another day. Day 193. 193 of Dave's Daily Dave's Daily Discussions. You know me. I'm Dave. And you know what? It is Self-Love Sunday. And thoughts as we, continue rolling through this content. I was thinking to myself, you've been kind of rolling through this content here. You've had some pretty good videos. You've had some decent videos. Then you've had some just kind of talking it out. I just keep circling back to the thought of what we're doing with our lives. Like, are we consciously, are we aware of what we want and what we're doing? Or are we, actively working towards those things that make us happy? Or are we just kind of floating through aimlessly, miserable? That's one of my biggest fears, is not being happy, not being fulfilled, not enjoying life, being too busy. I try to be as careful as I can to not overextend and put myself into situations like I have before, to where I am just struggling paycheck to paycheck just to get by. I've been there quite a few times. Humble beginnings. I didn't grow up with a family with, money. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. My dad worked hard through multiple jobs to provide for a family. And I am just, I'm a single guy, just trying to figure it out, trying to get everything together. Because I want to enjoy things. I want to have, nice things. I want to have a house and a family. And I want to, be happy, continue to be happy, and achieve and obtain things, and not go without, not struggle. So it's a constant thought for me to try to be the best that I can be. Try to work as hard as I can to gain those things, but at the same time, I completely forgot that I had stuff in the back of my car. At the same time, not work so hard that I feel like I'm not enjoying life, not living life. So there's a major balance. There's a fine line. We definitely have to be aware of the things that we want, the things that we want to obtain, the things we want to achieve, compared to the lifestyles that we live and the things that we do. You're probably gonna, you can, but it's tough to, as you get older and you have more responsibilities and you have more things, it's harder to grow and gain more and attain more if you're working in some of these entry-level jobs where you're just not making enough. So you have to figure out what makes you happy. You have to figure out what skills you have and, apply them and make the most of it. As I've said before, we all have skills that we're good at. We all have things that we have to offer, but it's putting ourselves out there outside of our comfort zone to get involved in those things, to get started into those things. And then after that, it's, leverage. What do you have to offer? How skilled are you? How dedicated are you? When you're a person who is really good at what they do, you provide a great service that is better than others. and losing that would be detrimental. In a lot of situations, you can, you're giving your time and your skill and you're exchanging it for money. So, but I mean, there's companies and there's situations out there where it doesn't matter how good you are. I mean, you're going to get compensated, but some places will move on from you in a second. It happens, but it's being very aware of where you're at and where you're putting your time in. Just remember, do not waste life. Do not waste living a life trying to make a living or a place that doesn't care about you. You want to spend your life living and making a living. Very important. I see so many people who, especially when I worked in the factory for those 5-6 years that I was out there, just to know how many people out there, like, okay, they did their thing, but they might have still struggled, but they spent their whole lives in a factory, and they feel like they could have did more, could have did things differently. I don't want to be the person that wakes up years down the road and has that regret, and I don't want to see that for anybody. I want to see others, reach for their dreams, chase their dreams, and go after it. Like if I could go back, and there is no time machine, so it doesn't matter. If I could go back, there's a lot of different things that I would put even more into than I did, especially like in sports. I might have changed schools or did something else when I had the chance years ago. I might have pursued things differently, but it doesn't mean that you can't still do other things and pursue other things. Doesn't mean that you can't give that knowledge and teach younger people about that, and hopefully they'll listen. I mean, not everybody will, but you can provide that guidance to somebody else. Say, hey, you're worth so much more, and you have so much more to offer. All you got to do is just put in some time. Put a little bit more time, and great things can happen, great things can come. So, but it's another Self-Love Sunday. I'm gonna try and relax after a pretty long day so far. Just grabbed a couple things from the store and grabbed something to eat. I'm gonna relax and then eventually take the dogs for a walk. But just wanted to bring another day of content. Nothing crazy, nothing outrageous. If I have another, really good thought, I'll hop back on and do another one today. But if anything, we will get started back up on Monday. But hopefully everybody's having a really good day, making it through. We're trying to roll through and fine tune this thing, get it better, working towards, the potential of edits or, the openings that I'm working towards, and then trying to start getting prepared for the video podcast ordeal, if that's the direction that I feel that I want to go. I think that'll be something separate from Dave's Daily D. I don't think that I'll facilitate that through this channel, because I feel like I want to do something separate. I have to figure out, like, can I separate these things, or are they all going to go to one place? Because if I can separate them, then okay, then maybe I'll do that. But I just don't want to get away from my brand and what I'm doing here on these daily videos compared to what could be or what I might do with a video podcast. So we'll see what direction. I'm still trying to feel it out and figure it out, but trial and error. That's me. I'm always trying to look ahead. I'm always trying to reach for more, work harder, and go after more. And it's just the constant thoughts of like, okay, what's the right decision? What's the right direction? Got to keep going, got to keep moving. We can't sit back. Lots of thoughts. Not a bad thing. It's a good thing to think and to wonder, and it means that you want something for yourself, and you're going to go for it, and you're going to grow and reach for it. So that being said, hopefully, as I said before, everybody's doing super well today. making the best of it. The sun came out. And I am ready to just enjoy the rest of my Sunday and prepare myself to grind out another week. I wish I would have went to the gym today. Move out of the way, cat. I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, thank you for watching another episode, another day of Dave's Daily D, and I will see you all tomorrow.